You are a project manager working on a new software development project. The project scope has been defined, but the team members are not yet allocated. You need to quickly estimate the project budget for high level planning. You recall similar past project and consider incorporating lesson learned from them to improve your budget estimates. Yeah, so you have more than one project, yeah, projects. Which of the following options should you select to find the right budget estimation input in this situation? Okay, let's look at the option. Wait until the project team is fully allocated and then use their input to create a detailed bottom up estimate. Now, yes, the option A gives us better estimate, accurate estimate, but the situation is looking for high level estimate. The situation is looking for quickly estimation. So I don't have to wait for detailed bottom up estimation. That might be a right estimation technique, more accurate estimation technique, but in this particular situation, we are not focusing on that. So I can ignore A and see if we have a better option in the remaining three. Use historical information from past projects and expert judgment to create an analogous estimate, adjusting for project specific variables. So, this is saying since you are looking for quick estimate, why don't you go for analogous, which looks perfect? Since you also have a defined scope, why don't you customize the analogous by considering some project specific parameter change? But still, you remain at a high level. Very good. Looks a candidate option. Let's see other. Create a detailed work breakdown structure and identify activities using standard resources to create bottom up estimate. So this one is attached with A. Here it is saying, like in the A, the option was saying wait, and then let the team come and then you will do it. The C is saying you still go for detailed estimation. You have a project scope identified. Why don't you create work breakdown structure? Why don't you identify activities under it? Why don't you use standard resource calendar? Maybe you say engineer 1, engineer 2, and estimated rate for them. And based on that, you create a bottom up estimate. It can provide us very detailed and accurate estimate. The only problem is the question is showing high level estimation. The question is showing quick estimation. This thing will take time. Yeah. So in this particular situation, I should go for option B compared to the option C. Option D, allocate a fund flat percentage increase to the budget of the most similar past project, assuming this will cover any unforeseen cost in the new project. So option D is also focusing on analogous estimate. Yeah. The only difference between option D and option B is option B is saying since you have a better understanding about the scope, why don't you do project specific adjustment? The option D is saying you can directly take the analogous estimate and add some percentage to it, maybe 10% increase, 20% increase, and create the final project. So it might be faster than the B, but overall, because the question is indicating that you have a project scope information, so B looks better because it is fast. It is relatively more accurate than D. That's there, and it is not very detailed estimation, which may take time. So in this question, the two options were focusing on analogous estimate, and the other two were focusing on bottom-up estimate. As a project manager or PMP test taker, if you can figure out first in this particular situation, I should use analogous or bottom up, then I can zero to the two options. And after doing that, it is easy because in the B and D, you clearly know that out of these two, which one is more accurate, which one is more better, which one is more customized to the context. And in looking at all those parameters, you will find option B making better sense compared to the other options. Now, this particular task, we are more mapping it to plan and manage budget and resources. Process domain task 5. Yeah, it's talk about creating budgets and all. It also talk about that we need to understand the scope for the calculation of the budget, and we should use lesson learned and historical information in order to come up with the budget. So that's the task which is tagged here. If you talk about concepts, this question is basically focusing on project estimation and helping us to recall analogous, parametric, and bottom estimation. So those kind of concepts. Though the parametric was not coming as an alternative here, but since we are touching this particular concept, I wanted to mention that yeah, there are three ways of doing estimation, and here we were more discussing analogous and bottom up.